My name is Ryan Carter, and honestly, I've never been through anything as terrifying as what happened to me in the winter of 2022, deep inside Willamette National Forest, Oregon. I don't usually talk about this. People don't believe stuff like this. But today, I think I'm finally ready. Day 1, arrival. It was peak December, cold, quiet, and heavy. My best friend Lily and I were burned out from city life, so we rented a small cabin out in the forest. Just a chill weekend. Nature, silence, hot chocolate. That was the plan. The drive up there was too quiet. Like the only sound was snowflakes tapping against the headlights. Almost peaceful, but also kinda unsettling. When we reached the cabin, there was an old wooden sign. Welcome to the Whispering Pines. Stay on the trail. Do not go out after sunset. Lily looked at me and laughed. Dude, tell me this isn't straight out of a 90s horror movie. I laughed too. But something in my chest tightened. The cabin was warm and cozy on the inside. But the forest outside? Those tall pine trees felt like they were silently watching us. Night. Around 10:45 p.m., we stepped outside to grab some firewood. The air was still airy, snow falling gently. No wind, just quiet. And then, Ryan! I spun around instantly. Lily, did you call me? She frowned. No, I didn't say anything. Then again, Lily. This time, much closer, like it came from between the trees. A cold shiver ran down my spine. Before we could say a word, crack. A loud branch snapped somewhere in the dark. We bolted inside the cabin, locked the door, didn't even grab the firewood. But the whispers didn't stop. Something was walking outside. Slow, heavy steps dragging through the snow. We peeked through the curtains. Nothing, just darkness and trees, but both of us were breathing like we'd just run a marathon. Day 2. The next morning, we convinced ourselves we'd overreacted. Maybe it was the wind, or an animal. But as soon as we stepped outside, footprints, fresh, deep in the snow. And the creepiest part? They weren't coming towards the cabin. They were leading away from it, as if something walked out of the cabin and into the woods. And the size, not human, almost twice the size of a normal footprint. Lily's face went pale. Ryan, let's just go back to town, please. But town was 2 hours away and a nasty storm was moving in fast. We were stuck. Night 2. By nightfall, the storm hit hard. Wind was shaking the whole cabin, then thud, thud, thud. Someone knocked on the door. Everything inside me froze. The cabin rules flashed in my head. Do not open the door after sunset. We checked the peephole together. No one. Just darkness swirling in the storm. Then, from the side window, a tall shadow slid across the glass. Human-like, but stretched. Unnatural. And then we heard it. You shouldn't have come back. The lights flickered. The fire turned blue. Lily was on the verge of tears. Ryan, please, let's leave. I don't care about the storm. Let's just go. But the roads were way too dangerous. So we waited, shaking, praying. Suddenly, we saw a flashlight outside, someone walking toward the cabin, a ranger, or at least he looked like one. For the first time that night, I felt hope. I cracked the door open just a bit. Sir, please, something's out here. He cut me off, didn't blink, didn't move. You two need to leave. Right now, they know you're here. My heart dropped. Who? I whispered. He took a slow breath. The ones who whisper. His voice sounded empty, like he wasn't speaking, just repeating something. Then his head twisted. Kirk. At an angle no human could survive. The lights died. The flashlight beam vanished into the trees. Gone. Just like that. We locked ourselves in the central room, lights off, barely breathing. And then, Ryan, open the door. It was Lily's voice. But Lily was right next to me, shivering, crying. She whispered, Ryan, that's not me. From the hallway, Lee, come outside. We're waiting. That's when we realized it wasn't trying to scare us. It was trying to copy us, to lure us out. We just needed to survive until sunrise, that's it. But then, something heavy crawled across the roof. Thump, thump. Slow, dragging steps. Then, scratch. Claws. Deep, long scratches. Right above the door. And suddenly, creak! The front door started opening by itself. We didn't think. We just ran. Out the back door, into the storm, snow stinging our faces. We dove into the car. The tires slipped, skidded, almost spun out, but somehow, we got away. As we drove off, I looked back. Figures were standing in the cabin window, tall, thin, pale, just watching. And when we hit the last bend of the trail, the forest whispered, "You can leave, but you will return." It's been 2 years. I live in the city now. I'm safe, or at least I try to believe I am. But every December, at exactly 3 a.m., my phone gets a voicemail. "Ryan, Lily, we're still waiting. We've never gone back. But I know one thing for sure. They haven't forgotten us. And one day, I think they'll want us back."